Alright, well, she's gone. A bit earlier than what I was expecting, but I just messaged the guy, said, look, it's all good to go. Just got to wait till the weekend till I can get up there to drop you the car. That way my missus can come in her car and then I've got a ride to get back home then. And he said, no worries, just come and I'll drop you back home, or we'll call you an Uber if I'm busy. And I said, oh, okay, no worries. So yeah, we're going. So white box of parts down the bottom. The other box is receipts. I've pretty much kept every single receipt for this car. And then on top there are the sun visors that I never installed. So they're retrimmed, brand new, but I never put them in. Didn't need them because I'm quite tall, so my head's kind of up near the roof, and I've never needed them, so never put them in. But I know she's got fuel in it because I only just filled it up over the weekend when me and Dad went for a little test drive. So this is pretty much, unless it doesn't sell for some reason, this is pretty much going to be my last drive. So I've had the car 24 years. Yeah, had the car 24 years. It was actually my first car. Pretty sad to see it go, but I'll get in a better car at the end of the day once this one goes, when the Nissan rocks up. So in my opinion anyway. You might love I used to love these cars. I'd never think I'd sell it, never think of getting a new car. But after driving, you know, a couple new cars here and there, and not having aircon or power steering, yeah, it's a big difference, especially when you get older. I'm in my 40s now, and I've had this car since I was 17. This was my first car, so yeah, let's kick her in the guts and see what happens. Oh, I've got a bike rack at the back of it to move. So should be as simple as making sure it's not in gear. Let the computer boot up, let the fuel pump prime, take the alarm off, and there we go. Alright, let's hit it. Should have forgot my sunnies. Definitely need them. Excited, I think. Gotta find my keys. Like it needs a bit of time to warm up. Them there because I don't want to leave anything in the car, so that's all that stuff. Alrighty, let's go. How to get there? Kind of know how to get there. Yeah. Yep. I'll wing it. Pretty sure I know how to get there. Quite easy actually. It's a bit of a distance, but it's just, yeah, just a couple turns really. 100 horsepower, and this thing is definitely quicker. But it's not as refined. Oh, that's annoying. That window needs to go on. No electric windows. Another thing. And it's only a 4-speed. I always go for 5th and 6th, but it doesn't exist. So I was going to do another drive with this car, but like before I got rid of it, we'll go for a nice long drive somewhere. But yeah, it didn't work out. So this is it. This is all you're going to get, and this is all I'm going to get, really. Unless for some reason it doesn't sell for what I'm asking, and it comes back to me for whatever reason. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, we'll go from there. I don't think it'll come back to me. I'm 51% sure that I won't see it again after today. So we'll see. Police radar or anything like that, and I don't have it in this car because I don't have Google Play. I normally have a phone holder with my phone here, and I can see it, but I've taken all that out because I knew I was selling it. So actually there's one right there, didn't even see it, like I wasn't speeding. So those ones there, they drop and they stay there for a few days or a week or so, and then sometimes they have them where they just go in the back of a car and they're only there for a few hours or whatever. Never seen that style before. They're normally in like an enclosed cabinet, and but like a funny, like a triangle shape. I've never seen that style before. But yeah, that was definitely a speed camera, and if I had my app on, I would have known about it from when I left home pretty much. So I was just thinking it'd be funny to get a speeding fine in this the day I'm getting rid of it. And then I was thinking, I got pulled over once in this car for speeding when I first got it. I was going down a thing called Canning Highway. If you're in Perth, you know what it is. And the speed limit is only 70, I think. It may be 60. It's a highway, but it's only 60 k's, I think it is, or back then it was anyway.
and I was doing 75. I thought it was 70, and I got done for that. The cops don't let you off. I was on my P plates as well, which means I only just got my license. So I was like a probationary driver. He was a really nice cop, and I thought he was going to let me off the way he was talking. He was not sympathetic, but he knew that I wasn't doing it. I was the only person in the car, and like I wasn't doing it to impress anyone. And it's not like I was doing 90 in the 70. I was only a little bit over, and I said I thought it was 70 because it's a highway. Never been down the road before. And I thought he was going to let me off, but he didn't. But he did reduce it, so it was 0 points, and only back then it was only $50 and 0 points. There you go. I was going for fifth again, which doesn't exist. Now I'm just not used to it. Yeah, that was one time, and then another time when it used to have a 4.2 litre V8 in it. This is a almost 6 litre now, but the original one was a 4.2 litre. And when I just got it painted, I didn't even have the door trims. All I had was a couple seats in it. I took my uncle for a drive, and we were like giving it a belly full pretty much as you can with a 4.2 litre. And some detectives pulled me over because I came out of the BP service station pretty quick, and they pulled me up, but they didn't give me a fine or anything. They just had a bit of a chat to me. Yeah, that was the only. Pretty sure that was the only 2 times. I've never been done by a radar in it, nothing like that. So it was pretty good. But saying that, I've probably done 10,000 Ks in the car. It's not a lot, and that's over 15, 20 years. So yeah, it wasn't a lot. Yeah, it's been a good car. When it works really well. But when it goes wrong big time, and it's off the road for months at a time, and it's just not worth paying the rego and insurance. Me and the missus, we don't really go out very often. We don't do much, so it would be nice on the weekends to be able to go for a drive in a nice car, not just our normal cars. This is kind of our hobby a little bit, but it's getting to be not a hobby anymore when you're just constantly fixing it, and can't go for a drive because it's either too hot or it's raining, because I don't take it out in the rain. I don't take it out when it's too hot because there's no aircon, and yeah, it's just not nice anymore, and it's almost always parked up because it doesn't work for whatever reason. And yeah, so I think getting a newer car that's just going to be just as fun to drive. Only 2 seats, so it's just me and the missus. The dogs won't be coming in it, that's for sure. Yeah, it should be good, just something for us to do, and then that way we can, like even when this does work, like today, it's in the back of my mind, is the battery going to fail, is the clutch going to go, what's going to happen? I'm half an hour away from home, I'm going to have to get a tow truck to bring it back. It's happened before, 2 or 3 times, this thing's been on a tow truck for whatever reason. So I just don't trust it to go on big drives at all. Whereas the new car, jump in it, rain, hail, shine, doesn't matter, and go for the whole day if you want to go. It's not going to stop, so I mean, this is heavily modified. There's not much of it. Like even the dash, behind the dash has been modified to accept things. So there's like, these aren't standard. No, there's nothing standard on this car at all, apart from the steering wheel, but even that's a different one. It's not the original ones in the car. So yeah, it's just everything has been modified, and if you don't do it, not that we haven't done it properly, but if you don't do it perfectly, nothing will want to work with something else. You have to get that combination right, and I think that's the drama I'm having with this car at the moment. Is some things are new, like this, the Sniper, the engine's getting older, I don't have the right induction manifold for the engine, so then you go changing that, then your suspension's not right because you need to change. So it's just a never-ending battle if you don't do it properly from the start. And I mean, I was 17 when I got this car, so I couldn't afford to do things like to the highest level that you'd see at a really nice car show one. Some dude's been, 30-year-old been working up north for 15 years, getting 150 grand a year, and he goes, all of a sudden one day wakes up and goes, oh, I'm going to spend 150, 200 grand building a Torana up. Yeah, no dramas, you'll get a really good one. Put an LS, fuel injected LS in it, it'll never break down, it'll have aircon, power steering, everything's done at one time, done properly. yeah, you'll never have a drama with it. But mine's just been me and my dad working on it over 20 years, and that's what you get. That's what you get. I wouldn't change it. It was good fun. Me and Dad have spent heaps of time together that we probably wouldn't normally spend together working on the car. So yeah, it's been good. But I think he's getting older too. So yeah, I don't think he wants to be rolling around on the floor underneath this thing all the time either. So as I don't. So it'll work out good in the end. Cruising at 100k an hour there. It's only doing 2,500 RPM. It's quite nice. Probably a little bit high, but I mean you only got 4 gears, so the only way you can change that is by changing the diff. And I've got a pretty low diff in it as it is. That was a nice move by the taxi there. Indicator to come back. Lovely. But this guy shouldn't be in this lane anyway. On your left. I'm not actually that far from the airport. I don't know how long we've been driving for, maybe only 10 minutes. But yeah, this is the airport just here. So it was ultra windy this morning, and they were saying that planes were having a couple goes at landing because I think it was a crosswind, a really bad crosswind. That's probably why. Alright, here we go. Truck doing 80 and spending any more money on the car. It's just not getting the use for the amount of money that I'm spending. So yeah, it needs someone else just to look after it, I think. But it does drive like really good. Power steering with a big steering wheel like this. Power steering's not really an issue. It's not, and I've only got little tyres at the front. But it's the air conditioning and good suspension and stuff that makes a difference, I think. And you always have to have the window down, otherwise it's too hot in here, even in winter, because you got air coming in through the engine and stuff, and it just heats you up. Whereas a new car, at least you can have the windows up, a bit quieter, listen to the radio, and yeah, it's just a bit more comfortable. Right, I'll switch off and we'll pick it up when we're next to it. Alright, almost there. I took a wrong turn, missed my exit by one exit, so I had to just double back a little bit. We're almost there now. 4 minutes away. I think I took the wrong exit again. Hang on. Yeah, I think you can get there from here anyway, doesn't matter. No, I think we're right. I never get around this area, very, very rarely. So yeah. If I'm going somewhere where I know, like out in the hills somewhere, I'm no worries. But yeah, if it's to go somewhere I don't know where I'm going, then it'll be different. Yeah, that wasn't the right road, but you can get there from here. It's actually probably better getting it from this is like the back way. Oh yeah, it's getting hot in here now, and it's not too bad this morning. massive amount of space inside to store nice cars. Heap of car park to store their regular daily cars kind of thing. And then, if you know Bunnings, they've got like an outdoor gardening centre where all their plants are. They've turned that out into a bit of a storage yard, but it's like a detail wash bay and stuff like that. And these guys actually have a remote control car club that use the space as well. So this Nissan was here last time I was here as well, parked in the same spot. So yeah, that's what I'm getting. Not that colour though, I'd never get that colour. Not a fan of that at all. Nice colour on its own, but not on that car. There he is. I think that's the bloke I'm seeing. That's disabled spot. Is that a Camaro? Yeah, see that colour, same thing. I don't get it. It's not a colour for a sports car. It's not a masculine colour at all for me anyway. If you like it, whatever. Not for me. Reversing camera would be nice. Oh, that's it. See if it runs on. Actually, no, I'm not going to let it. Oh, I've got to tell him about that too. Just got to ride the clutch out a bit. All right. So lock her up. Might just leave it cracked a bit. All right. Well, I'll switch it off here. Probably won't turn it back on because I'm going to be in an Uber, so I'm not going to talk on the camera while I'm in an Uber. So I'll go and see this guy. Oh, the camera's got a big dirty fingerprint on it. Hopefully that wasn't affecting anything, because that's kind of my diary for the last drive of the car as well. So maybe might come back, I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah, I'll run in, see what he's got to say, sign some papers, and I'll let you know how I go. I don't know, maybe while I'm waiting for the Uber I'll fill you in. Anyway, see you in a bit. Alright, it's gone. That was quick. I was only there for half an hour or so. 10 minutes of that was talking poop. So yeah, 20 minutes, it's all done. All I've got to do now is just send him an email with all the modifications done to the car. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but anyway. Yeah. So what I'm thinking, might as well keep this video rolling. I want to try and get this car on this side. The only way I can do that is, I think what I'm going to do is get this shelf and I'm going to put it that way so it blocks that door, because pretty much now I don't need that door to go from here to the shed, because I'm never going to be working on a car that needs me to go and get tools all the time or whatever. If I do, I bring my toolbox down here and I don't need to go to the shed, and I'll do that through the other side. I've got access. I can just walk from here around the side and go to the shed. So that door is pretty much redundant now. So yeah, I think that's what I'll do is I'll take a few things out of there so it's a bit lighter, and I'll scooch it over there, which will then give me more room here to get this car in this side and reverse it in, so that way I'm getting out here, I'm getting out in the middle, and I can get it a bit closer that way. Not too close, but yeah, close enough, so that way that car's there. And then my missus' car is only a little i20, so it literally will come to here, because it's not as long as this car, which will give us more room when we come out of that door and do whatever we need to do, because pretty much we only come from there to here to get whatever we need from here and then back again, or get the dog stuff, or my missus keeps her work bag here. So the more room we have between here and here, the better it is. So it makes sense to put the longer car on this side, and then when I get the Nissan will go on this side, because that's going to be shorter. Again, it's even smaller than the Torana was. It's 200mm smaller, so the Nissan will go there and the Commodore will stay here on this side. So yeah, I think we'll do that. I think that makes sense to me. Live with it for a bit, and if it's no good, I can always put it back. We're not changing anything permanently. So yeah, so I'll just change my clothes and pull all that stuff out of there, give it a sweep, pull out some stuff out of that cabinet to take all that stuff off the top. May even get around to hanging that back up, because I haven't done that yet either, that pipe work up there. Yeah, give that a clean out, and then we'll just
swap the car around and see how it fits. I think it should be right. I think it'd be fine. So yeah, bear with us. Okay, we're getting there. So that door's no longer being used, which I think makes sense for what I do. I've just gone to the shed through the house. It's like not a big issue. Whether you go that way or that way, it makes no difference. If it's dirty stuff like fuel or whatever that you don't want to bring through the house, then just go around the front, around the side, and you're in the shed. Makes no difference. So I think that's gonna work out well. They come out, these shelves come out to about the same. So either, it doesn't make I don't even know if I'm going to even be able to get to this shelf. You can see there's not a lot of room. So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen, because it will be annoying if I have to take that car, just reverse that car out a meter to then get access to this shelf to wash another different car, not that car, because obviously I don't wash them in here. So yeah, I just don't have any other option. It's not going to happen any other way apart from that. The only other thing I was thinking was turn it back to where it was, but then you can't, because you can't access those lights there. So I'll see how this goes, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'm going to have to just rejig it and change it. It's no big deal. So yeah, we'll just have to suss it out. I just rehung up, put the brackets back in for that thing, so that's hanging up. All this can go back in there now, and then I'll there's a heap of dirt here, so I'll just blow it all out. I've got the blower there. Blow it all out, swap the car over, and see how it works for a little bit, and then have to come up with another plan of attack. I mean, the only other option is this could go on that wall over there, and then you just have to park that car a little bit further over this way, and then that way you have access to it. But it's near the door. I don't really want that. It can't go anywhere there because that's all full up along that wall. Can't go there. There's no point putting it here because there's going to be a car here. So yeah, the only other way, I mean, it could go here. I mean, that could go a little bit more that way. Yeah, I'm just thinking out loud. There's not really an easy way to do it. This garage is just not big enough. It's big enough for 2 cars and that's it. Anything else you fit after that's a bonus, and don't expect access to it pretty much. The way these houses are made with I'm pretty sure it's like 6 meters by 6 meters or 6.2 by 6.2, something stupid like that. It really needs to be another meter wider and a meter longer at a minimum, and then you can at least have access to the things that you put along the wall. But yeah, if you do have large cars like that, you're not fitting it in. I can't go back anymore. You can see there, she's right up on it. So pretty much as far as that is where this is going to sit. So it may give me enough room. I don't know. I'm not sure. It might even pay to put that stuff over that side and move this over this way. That way I don't have to stretch as much. So I might do that now actually, because that's not a big issue to change that around. Yeah, let's do that now before I go putting too much stuff back in. Okay, it's not ideal. Is what it is. I've kind of got it as far back as I can, so you can see there it's the same as what it was on this side. So that's as far back as I can. I've just readjusted my laser, so you can see the laser dot. So when I come in, I'll just make sure that laser dot is on that seam on the dash mat, and then I know that way I'm far enough forward that the door's not going to hit on the tow bar at the back there. I got my ladder there, so I'll adjust the other one for when my missus pulls in. Her car's tiny. It's literally going to come to about this line here. So I may be able to move mine more over. And then when I get the Nissan, I'll be able to put the Nissan as close as I can this way. I don't think it's much wider than my missus's car, so this car might actually be better to come this way. I can still get out on that side, so I've got plenty of room. I didn't want to reverse in because then it's higher at the back, so it's harder to walk through. I can still get through there, so it's not an issue. I use this cabinet or shelving more than I use that one, so it's the only other option is I was thinking I could take those doors off that, so that might be an option, because then that way I can just come here and access what I need to access. I don't have to go there to open the doors. There's no need to be doors. There's no need to have doors on it. So yeah, otherwise, what I was thinking, now that I can see it, then this is why I've got to move things around, just so I can see it. The only other option is to put some shelving bolted to that wall. Probably 3 layers. Even 2 would be enough, and then that way I can get rid of that cabinet and everything in that can go on that. But yeah, see the top of the ramps there, so the ramps are good there, so that would be the first shelf, and then a second shelf, and then probably a third shelf, so I can get all this lighter stuff right up the top there, and then the stuff that's in that cabinet on the second shelf, and then the stuff that's under it on the second, and I could even do another one there because it's plenty away from the car. So, and yeah, so if you follow the next brick line up from the top of those ramps, the next brick line, it's still higher than this bonnet. So even if the shelf came out a little bit, it wouldn't hit it. And then that way you'd lose that. And you imagine if that's not there, it'll give you a bit more room to walk then. So yeah, that's an option. These are the thinner shelves as well that I could get. I couldn't get any thinner. You can get one bigger, but not one smaller. So it is what it is there. But I'd have to just live with this for a bit. I mean, it may still go back to the wagon coming back on this side, us putting up with that amount of space to walk. It's been fine for the last 2 months. I think I sold the jet ski. So yeah, it's been fine for the last 2 months. So we might be good just to go back to how it was. But to me, it just doesn't make sense having the longer car in the where you walk all the time and the shorter car and having a heap of room over there. But saying that, it might pay, because now that shelf is unusable, that cabinet there is unusable. So it might pay to just a 10% sacrifice on this side with the walkway space to then going to having a heap more room there. You can keep that keep everything nice, plenty of room to work. I mean, I could even probably get like a trolley on wheels to put some, I don't know, just adding more stuff and clogging it up even more. But I think this will work because, like I said, my missus' car is very small. Her car's only going to be in here. It normally sleeps outside, but it'll be in here until I get my new car. When the new car comes, her car's going back outside. So I'm not going to change things around for her car because it'll only be for a few more months anyway. So really the final decision won't get made until I get my Nissan to fit it in the space and see how it is. You know, it makes more sense to put the Nissan here because it'll give you more room here, but in saying that, I would prefer the Nissan on that side because then we wouldn't even walk past it. We've got no reason to scratch it and walk past it. It's over there by itself all the time. I've always had the Torana on that side, so that, you know, that was the side you don't go to very often, and this was the main drag, if you say. And it's easier to get in off the road to this spot as well for a car that you use daily rather than a car that you hardly use. Yeah. So there's good things and bad things about putting it, and it's a shame that you even have to think this much about it, but when you're that pressed for space, trying to fit big cars in here, that's kind of what you have to do. There's just no easy way to do it really. Yeah, apart from putting some really nice shelving onto the wall with some 90-degree brackets, and then putting all your car washing stuff in that corner there, or not on that wall within those 2 columns there, and then getting rid of that and having more space there. But you're still not going to have a lot of space because you still got only that much to walk through. The only thing is it's a bit more accessible. But if I do that, then I get that door back. But if the door's not there, I don't really care anyway. So yeah, I think we'll just leave it as is. And when my missus comes in, I'll get her just to pull it in just enough for that door to close, and then I'll realign that laser for her, and then she knows from then on, and we're all good. And live with it for a bit, see how we go, and that's all we can do really. But anyway, yeah, sad day, but it had to go. It had to go, that car. I don't even feel that sad about it. It probably hasn't sunk in yet, but I really don't even feel that sad about it really. I'm sure someone else is going to enjoy it as much as I have for the last 20 odd years. There's a lot less work to do on it, that's for sure. So at least they'll probably enjoy it more than work on it. Whereas I was the other way around, I was working on it more than I got to enjoy it. So yeah, but anyway, thanks for watching, and that will go down in the history books. I never ever thought when I was building that car that I'd ever sell it. So yeah, there we go. It's not technically sold yet, but he was pretty confident that it wouldn't last long. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, I'll keep you updated anyway if I get any. I just sent him an email, so I didn't do any more videoing because he called me an Uber, and we were talking for like 2 minutes, and the Uber rocked up, so I didn't even have enough time to do a, I wasn't by myself at any stage. It was just bam bam, it was in and out in like 20 minutes. It was crazy. So yeah, so this was the update really. But yeah, I sent him an email. He wanted an email of all the modifications I'd done to the car, and I was like, oh my god, that's going to take forever. So I sent the main ones, what I could remember, just so he can put it in the ad, that's all. So yeah, if you look at Carco Midland, I don't think there's another Carco in Perth actually, so yeah, it might be just their website. It'll you'll probably see it on there in the next week or so. I think he said he was going to wait for me to get this information off this email about all the modifications, because that's all going to go as part of the ad, and then also it's got to go to another guy around the corner, independent guy that does a big report. He writes a big report, so that way the new person that wants to buy it, they may not be in Perth, they might be Queensland, whatever, over east somewhere. At least they know what they're getting into. It's had an independent report, and they know there's no, they spend that much money on an old car, and then it gets there and it's not what they wanted, or there was things missing on it, or something like that. So yeah, so that's good thing for the buyer. It's a good thing for me as well. I mean, I don't know if I'll even get to see the report. I'm not sure. I'm sure if there's any major issues that need fixing, I think that comes out of my money, because I've told him like a bottom figure that I would stay to, and it might start eating into that. So yeah, see how we go with that. But I can't see that there's anything wrong with it. So it drives really nice, as you saw from the previous videos from this morning. So, but yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. That's one for the record books for sure. But anyway, I'll keep you updated on the sale process and all that. And hopefully the new car is not too far away, because yeah, I want to try and get into that. So I told him what new car I'm getting, and then his mate, who is on site, is a Nissan dealer as well. So he said, look, I'll keep an eye out for you. I said, but I'm already in contract with these guys that I'm got up the road here. He goes, yeah, it doesn't matter. You've only got to wait 3 months apparently, and then you can get out of the contract and get your deposit back. So he's on the lookout. He said, even if I find one over east for you, brand new, Boulder grey, red and black interior, automatic, I'll get it sent over and it's yours. And I was like, oh, okay. I said, just to let you know, I didn't pay full price. It was a bit of a deal because my mate knows the dealer principal. He goes, that's all right, we'll be able to match it, no worries, as long as it's not something stupid. But he said, as long as it's within a few thousand of what we're selling it for. I said, yeah, it's not. Yeah, it wasn't a crazy discount, but it was a discount. So I kind of said I'm not going to pay any more than what I've been promised. I'm happy to wait the 8-9 months rather than you charge me extra $5,000 or whatever it was. So yeah, so I think he does know that. So yeah, anyway, doesn't matter. There's speculation at this moment in time. So all good. All right, cheers for watching for the 3rd time. Catch you later.